In today's video, we are looking at more potential winter storms targeting the US. We're going to start off the video here by looking at the GFS model, then we're going to be moving on to the Canadian model and then the European model for these upcoming winter storms. This is the GFS model at approximately 12 a.m. Tuesday. So this is the past GFS here. We're going to move forward here into the morning hours when this is being recorded. And as you can see, we have a low pressure system that is impacting portions of Wisconsin and Minnesota with a little bit of snowfall in the northern parts, and even portions of Michigan could see a little bit of snowfall throughout today, Tuesday. This will be 3 p.m. of Tuesday, so Michigan should start seeing that snowfall. Mostly northern Michigan is going to be seeing snowfall throughout lunchtime and afternoon hours, and then that's going to be moving into the northeast very slightly here. As you can see, a little bit of snowfall is going to be impacting the New England areas by around 9 a.m. of Wednesday. And as we move forward here, you could see some rain over there in the Ohio Valley. That's from a very small system that's going to be moving through that area. And even some snowfall across portions of southern Missouri, northern Arkansas, southern Illinois, southern Ohio, southern Indiana, and even portions of northern Kentucky could see a little bit of snowfall from this little system that's going to be moving in on the 19th. And that's going to be moving here throughout Kentucky, West Virginia, more of Ohio there, Pennsylvania now. This is going to be very late overnight hours of Wednesday into Thursday. And as you can see, that snowfall is now moving into portions of New Jersey, more of New England there. And that snowfall is still impacting pretty much the whole state of West Virginia. You're not going to see very much snowfall from this, but it's definitely going to be a pretty quick system that could bring a few inches or so. And even some thunderstorms over there to Mississippi, Alabama, and Georgia. Now, right after this system, we are going to be seeing a pretty interesting system popping up in the Gulf, and then kind of doing a northeaster move here. And as we move forward here, that forms just off the coast of Texas, and then you see that ice possibly in South Carolina and North Carolina. This is going to be in the 21st around the morning hours, so around 9 or 10 a.m. And that's going to be moving throughout South Carolina, North Carolina, Virginia by around 3 p.m. of the 21st on Friday. So this is not very far out. This is only about 3 days out here. And as we move forward here, that snowfall is impacting a little bit of North Carolina and Virginia. You still see that ice in Georgia, South Carolina, and North Carolina. So another ice storm is not going to be super big or anything, but it's definitely going to cause a little bit of damage there in South Carolina, North Carolina, Georgia for those roadways. Potentially power outages as well could be possible from that. And then that low pressure system pops up there on the GFS, and with the GFS, what it's doing with this is it's making it look like it's a northeaster, but it's not doing quite what a northeaster typically does. It goes eastward instead of north into the northeast, and pretty much misses the entire northeast there. But the European model says something different about the system. Here's the latest European model, and as you can see, we're looking at about 6 p.m. of the 20th. So this is going to be Thursday at 6 p.m. We're going to move forward here, and as you can see, the ice of course starts up there in South Carolina and North Carolina, pretty much the same as the GFS so far. However, we're going to move forward here. You can see that snowfall is a lot more widespread on the 21st around 6 p.m. and that low pressure already shows up on the European model over Florida with 1014 millibars. We're going to move forward here. As you can see, the ice storm is a lot more significant with the European model, and this is going to be moving off just off the coast of the Carolinas. And as we move forward here, that snowstorm is a lot more significant. The ice storm looks to be ending around 6 a.m. early morning hours of the 22nd, and this low pressure makes a much closer approach to the northeast coast. As this moves eastward here, still a lot of snowfall for the northeaster, a lot more than the GFS model but that just moves straight off into Canada by around the 22nd or 23rd, technically, as that'll be 12 a.m. of the 23rd. So this system could be quite major according to the European model. This is, of course, this is going to change a little bit over the next few days, as we're only about 3 or 4, maybe 5 days out. So this is not a long time out here. So this will definitely be a very interesting system to watch if this will be major or just kind of a small nor'easter type system. Let's look at the snowfall real quick for this small system that's going to be heading throughout the Ohio Valley according to the European model, and this is looking like you're only going to see around a dusting to 1 to 2 inches of snowfall in southern Missouri, southern Illinois, and portions of pretty much the western half of Kentucky is going to see a dusting to potentially 1 to 2 inches, maybe 3 inches in localized spots, so really not that much. But once we get into these Appalachian Mountains, as you can see, potentially 3 to 4 inches, a lot, pretty much, definitely not a lot of snowfall, but definitely a very tiny system here that could bring a little bit of snowfall to this Ohio Valley area, but really nothing major here according to the GFS and European model. Now here is the major nor'easter system that the European model is telling us about this system. As you can see, this snowfall starts in northern Georgia with 3 to 4 inches, and this northeastern portion of Georgia is going to see 6 to 7 inches of snowfall according to the European model. Over here in North Carolina, the majority of the western half and portions of the extreme northern half is going to see potentially up to a foot of snowfall. And over here in West Virginia, pretty much the whole state is going to see up to a foot of snowfall. More of these reddish colors, potentially 20 inches of snowfall. So that's a lot of snowfall, especially for Virginia here. And moving throughout Washington, D.C., you could potentially see up to a foot of snowfall as well. And even portions of Delaware, up to 20 inches of snowfall in those reddish colors. Southern New Jersey as well, 15 inches. New York City, this could be highly impacted here with 15 inches of snowfall. If this verifies according to the European model. And this pretty much whole pink swath could see upwards of 8 to 12 inches of snowfall. More of those bluish colors you'll see likely around 2 to 3, maybe 4 inches of snowfall in those light blues. Likely around 1 to 2 inches, maybe a dusting of snowfall. There, of course, this is according to the GFS, the European model. We're going to look at the GFS here real quick. Now, like I said, the GFS is not making this a very major system at all, with likely up to 3 to 4 inches of snowfall, maybe 5 inches of snowfall within this entire blue swath. It has it much more south, and that's why there's less snowfall along the northeast coast. But if this system does verify with the European model, it could be quite the major system, especially over there in South Carolina, North Carolina, Georgia, and much like the last system that we saw with that major ice storm. Maybe definitely a lot smaller in size, but definitely could be pretty similar with those ice accumulations. If you do want more updates on this, be sure to subscribe to the channel if you are new and turn on post notifications so you won't miss another upload or live stream. Also, share this with any friends and family that want these updates on winter storms, tornado outbreaks, hurricanes. We do all this on the channel, so make sure to share it with anyone who may be interested with these types of weather forecasts. But anyways, stay safe.